dropped it to $19.99.
Ooh, we've had our very first proper live price drop as well, which is very nice.
Drop. $19.99 shop lamp.
Under 20 quid for the lamp.
I know.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Amazing,
I'd get 2 of them straight away.
Definitely.
Right, shall I finish it?
I think we should.
We're almost there now. Really quick to actually do something like this. I'm just going to now go on to the actual top frame with the DIY Dr. tape, and then we'll run through the details of this for you in a second, just with all of the what you need to know about.
So, like you said, because you're DIY Dr. taping onto vellum, we can then potentially peel it back.
Yeah, and it won't tear.
It won't tear. And that means that then we can change the bulb should we need to.
Yeah, I was thinking as well. What I could do is I could have formed a hinge. Yes. So it's fully removable. But I just thought with an LED bulb, I think we've had a LED bulb in one of our lamps at home since we moved in, and it's never, they last so long, it's been like 5 years. So, and you might even want to change the vellum at some point to a different design. They last like 10 times longer than, or whatever it is, than a filament bulb. They do, and they don't get hot at all, which I like. Makes it much safer. So then I'm going to take off the backing of this tape here. I'm so excited to turn this on. It's going to look so cool. And of course, what we will do is upload a video. Our lovely Emily, I'll speak to her and get her to film a little shot of me sharing this with you in the dark so that you can actually see what it looks like.
I'm just going to take this down to Amber to see if she can help me because I've got a problem with my iPad now. So perhaps, hopefully she can help me with the iPad.
Here we go. So now, look at this. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So we've got all 4 sides of the box put on here, and then we've got a stained glass lamp. How cool is that? Doesn't that look amazing? Brilliant.
Unfortunately, the lights in here don't help us to show it off to its best, but it really does look brilliant, doesn't it?
I've just got an awful feeling if we ask someone to turn the lights up upstairs, we probably won't come back on.
We wouldn't get, not today, not today.
But look how cool that is. So it's actually illuminated from the inside.
And we've changed over from Becky on cameras to Sam, and Sam designed these papers. What do you think, Sam?
It's very good, yeah.
You like it? It's good, isn't it? So, of course, the bulb you can see there inside has all of that gorgeous colour now illuminating from here. It reminds me of a big globe that my granddad's got, and it's got a light inside. It's that warmth of diffusion.
It's not a Tiffany lamp, but it's got that Tiffany lamp feel to it,
it does.
hasn't it?
But because that vellum is such a heavy weight, it keeps its structure. They're strong panels.
Yeah.
No, it feels like it's almost like a board, but with it being the heavyweight vellum, it's diffused it really nice. So that light is really well diffused. It's not focused just into one spot. I'm so chuffed with that. I think it's turned out beautiful.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
really, really good.
Oh, it's
and again, we could still go in with all our techniques onto that black card, couldn't we, if we wanted to?
Absolutely. I think it's nice and crisp.
I know, that's one look to it, the crisp. But if you wanted to, you could go in with your paints, your crackles and all the other things, if you should so choose. But I know what you mean. Those straight lines are really giving us there. Oh, 10% of the lamps have now gone. You're liking what the Gremlins have done for us and reduced that price.
Yeah, really happy with that. Again, as you said, Corinne, you absolutely could go onto here with your foil pen. You could have gilded all of the stained glass lines inside there as well, which would add to the effect. But with that vellum, printed with that glass menagerie, on here has given us the best effect. We could have mixed it as well with different downloads. It doesn't necessarily have to be that one. It could have been a different download. You could have done an illuminated box with any of that artwork on there, and I think either way it would have looked stunning. I would love to do a couple more of these for the studio as well, because I do think they look absolutely sensational. But yeah, please make sure to get hold of yours. Don't miss out on them. I think they're already really busy now, especially with that price drop.
They are. I think, and I don't want to direct from the floor, sorry Amber, should we have a look at your paper downloads so that people can see, and then we can have a look at
Should we go through the boards and show them?
I think we really should. I'm going to have to try and make a little bit of a space because I think these are just so special.
Absolutely, and put those there.
Right, so these launched on Saturday.
Friday, these ones launched.
Oh, they launched on Friday. We had them on Saturday,
they
didn't we?
Absolutely did, yes.
Right, so these, we've got the 2 designers in the room. So David did an inspiration board, and then he passed it off to Sam, who's currently on the camera, and Sam created all of these. I mean, nailing it, absolutely. So this one, if I remember rightly, this was your marbling inspiration, wasn't it?
So we've done lots of water marbling, surface marble textures, but also I saw some great bits of inspiration where it is, of course, a scene that's marbled.
Yeah.
So what Sam's done is he's incorporated a quintessential backing paper design or rice paper design into that marbled theme, but all focusing within the same colour story, so which gave it its name, the Emerald
So
Gilt.
in each of these collections, we're going to show you 6 collections. You're going to get 10 in the portrait orientation, and you're going to get 5 in the landscape orientation. Now, one thing that's really important to know is they are different. We've not just taken 5 of the portrait ones and landscaped them.
No.
We have brought you 5 completely different designs of the same theme, but the designs are in the portrait, in the landscape, or they're in the portrait. They don't appear in both.
Absolutely. So you can see there how you can use them for lots of different projects. I mean, that on the vellum on that light box would have looked really nice too.
Yeah.
So loads of different possibilities
So Shop
with those
Emerald
ones.
is a code for that one. So there. Then this one, Shop Folk. Isn't this gorgeous? And again, you've got the 10 portrait ones. I love in the colours. I love how you've got the bold colours in here. Yes, you've got grades. I can see the blacks coming through, but you don't have the same sort of subtleties in this. It's really bold. Again, that would look beautiful on the lamp. It's going to look beautiful on your wall art. It's going to look gorgeous on the boxes. So many ways. I love the colour tones. So we've got the blacks, the reds, the oranges, blues, greens, and that sort of crafty colour as well. So that's your 10 portrait, and then you've got your 5
a lot of
landscape.
these can be used as portrait and landscape.
Yeah.
So I've actually used 2 of the portrait ones down here on the back because initially I thought actually you could take loads of them for different purposes. It's a wonderful selection of artwork. It reminds me of the painting you do see on the longboats.
Yes, it
But
does.
again, you can do this onto furniture. You could put a piece of acetate over the top of this and use your decorative painting techniques to practice maybe doing some folk art painting, which I think would be a great guide for under £10. You've got all those different options to go with.
Now remember, all of these are £9.99 each, but they are on a 3 for 2. You're going to really want these. Now, I'm loving this one. Shop Floral is the code for this one. We've got that real contrast here, haven't we, between the geometric and the soft florals.
Exactly that. It's a really bold print which gives it its name, the frequency. But when I spoke to Sam, I said, we want really nice, vibrant, bold prints within the background. Then with the unapologetically vintage florals almost cascading over the top, you can see you've got tile effects, polka dots, like almost stripes. And this is a very much sort of contemporary, almost fashion-styled selection you've got here.
So Shop Floral. It isn't, but I am just seeing, I said it before, I'm just seeing Alice in Wonderland in here.
Oh,
it just
yeah,
makes me feel
definitely.
Alice in Wonderland. It isn't a copy, but I'm just seeing it completely.
Look at this, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is brilliant. But again, with this, you can see again where you're going to be cutting into it. I've printed some of these onto rice papers as well, which I'm going to try and get through during the show, which you can see here. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely stunning. So we're going to do lots of different effects with these during the show, but print them onto vellums, rice papers, acetates, anything like that.
Papers, whatever you want.
Yeah, amazing.
Now, so that was Shop Floral. The next one, Shop Glass, is the one you've just seen our David using. Look, you've got the lion, the elephant. Look at that tiger. He is leopard. He is striking. Then you got the tiger, the giraffe. The peacock's gorgeous. This is one of your favourites, isn't it? The octopus. That's why I think you used that one. The toucan, the panda, and the flamingo. They are all gorgeous. Shop Glass is your code for that one. Should we see what's on the back?
Absolutely. So you've got your landscapes in your stained glass menagerie as well. And again, you can see in here, all of the animals have been incorporated into that stained glass feature and effect with really nice, bright, radiant colours. You can change all the colours. It's Minecraft Studio, so you can make them any colour that you want to, but this is wonderful for card making, but it definitely coincides with vellum and acetate very well.
Right, we're doing the 5s first.
Yes,
so
we will.
This one is Shop Sculpted. Aren't they gorgeous? We are loving this. Was this one the most popular, if I remember
It is
rightly?
one of the most popular from this selection of artwork,
So
yes.
far, look at this. And again, it's one that you're going to go in with your gilding flakes, your foil pens. You're going to be able to add all that extra detail. They are beautiful. Shop Sculpted is the code for that one.
Look at that. Look at all these. Now, I took one of the larger boxes here, and on Saturday we did that on rice paper, and then I just shaped some flowers. I'm going to show you how you can do this on a canvas, but I'm also going to show you how you can create a faded edge to it by using Minecraft Studio, so you don't have to work for ages with paints or gessos to get it there. So a little different way of creating some texture on a box.
Perfect, perfect. Lots of different ways. So that's Shop Sculpted. Can you take that one? Thank you so kindly. And finally, Shop petals, petals. Remember, this is a plural one. I know on Saturday people will type in petal. It's petals with an S on the end. So you've got all the pearls, the gems, the gorgeous, gorgeous flowers.
Very wedding themed, this one, isn't it? It's really relaxed, it's soft, it's gentle, and I can see why it's been so popular, because it's going to use with a lot of different themes, anniversaries, special occasions, weddings. But then as we go down to your main selection here, which is all your portraits, you can see how there's so much colour and, of course, soft palettes being introduced into it. And again, even if you just want to use it for journals, book covers, fabric, all that sort of stuff.
This surprises me, this one. Because is it black or really dark green? I think it's black.
It's almost like a forest green, I think.
You wouldn't expect. So you look at these and you've got the light purples and pinks, and then but black works.
It does.
I'm like, well, no, where's my pastels? But it works. It's so clever.
Yeah, it is really clever. And again, taken from the centre of that floral being so dark, it complements the whole thing well. So you've got in there, again, another 15 designs. You are going to receive with each one of those 5 landscapes, 10 portraits, and they're under £10 each. As we have mentioned, of course, a Rise Paper collection usually would consist of about 60 pages, and it would be about £29.99. So, you know, you can get today all 6 of them for just £10 extra. You will be paying for, of course, 1 full collection.
Perfect. We are loving that. So, yeah, make sure you do that. It's 3 for 2. So if you want 1, perfect. If you're going to buy 2, please make sure you put your 3rd one in the basket. We don't want to give you a 3rd one. We want you to pick your 3rd one. We think that's really, really important. Oh, right. We started a quiz before the Gremlins got out, asking you which country has the most islands. So hopefully you've all been putting your answers in the comments while we were off, or going and finding out. Now the next question in the quiz is, what is the main ingredient in hummus? Now I know that one.
I know that one. Made it before.
Have you?
Yes.
My
Bit of a
husband's made
faff
it.
though.
It is. It is when you can pick it up in Tesco, Sainsbury's or wherever.
But yeah, let us know what the main ingredient is.
Okay.
Do we need to recap the first one as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I just said which country has the most islands. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I think I did that. Sorry if I didn't. So yeah, please make sure you only put 1 word in the comments at a time. If you put the answer to 1 and 2 together, the computer can't recognise it. So we have to have the answer to 1 and the answer for 2. And on top of that,
yes, we're going to do a giveaway.
We're going to do a giveaway. All you need to do is put the word win into the comments. So we want the answer to number 1 in a comment, we want the answer to number 2 in a comment, and we want the word win in the comments.
So of course,
please.
for the quiz, you're going to win some points. For the win code, we'll give away something I've made.
Excellent. Yeah. That sounds perfect.
Lovely.
Okay, just to quickly recap the lamp. Here is the lamp. You've just seen David decorate it. We have been able to, live whilst we're on air, reduce the price, $19.99. I think it was supposed to have been done before, but we forgot. So we've done it now.
Yeah,
live
great price
drop.
Absolutely. Now, this is a plug-in feature, okay? It's not one that, of course, is battery-powered.
No.
You're getting an actual lamp here. It's brilliant. I don't think we've ever done anything like this on the shows before, so I was really excited about it. Just to give you a bit of insight as to the scale and size of this, the overall height of it is 22 centimetres, and the depth of it is 22. It's a perfect cube in terms of footprint. It's got a brilliant scope for it. Now, I have, of course, decorated the panels on the sides of it. You could paint the frame, you could make it a different colour, make it fit in, you could paint it a white, pink, blue, whatever you want to do. It doesn't come with a bulb, so you are going to just need to get a bulb. But of course, E27 bulb, I popped in there, I think that was £2.50, that bulb.
Oh,
so it's next to nothing, is it? And we all have that drawer somewhere that's full of light bulbs. Just use an LED bulb inside it if you are painting or decorating it, because they don't get hot or warm. And it is advised as well that you do use an LED in this framed lamp anyway. It is a completely metal frame on here. It's solid. It has got a felt base to it as well, so you can instantly feel the quality when you open it. We were discussing this the other day, is that when you have something put into your hand, you just know that you've got a good quality item.
I don't know. Touch is one of the strongest, most reliable senses that you can have, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well, you pick something up in the shop and go, oh, that doesn't feel like it's going to last very long.
Yeah. My husband says to me, I've never seen anybody shop with their hands like you do. Do you? As you walk through the shops, you just touch things.
I touch the potato and smell things, all sorts. If there's a certain certain object or whatever, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure what that's been painted with, or you start to know more about it. But I think things that sometimes, well, generally speak quality is finish. So whether it's finished well, which this absolutely is, the weight, if something's got a bit of weight to it, you know, there's some really nice genuine components in there that it's really going to last and serve a strong purpose. And also as well, care and attention to detail. Those are all things that, of course, you would coincide with a quality item, and that's exactly what's been showcased within this lamp. We have decorated ours with vellum and printed it. It does look wonderful, but again, these could be bedside lamps.
It's so contemporary as it is, isn't it?
It's
absolutely
a great
perfect.
feature. It looks. We've got a framework of bookcases in the other studio. That sort of style matches really well with this lamp, so I think that one's going to be placed perfectly on there. But again, really good size footprint, and also because it's a perfect cube, it's great to decorate.
Okay, I'm going to give question 3.
Oh,
I think.
okay. Lovely.
Excuse me. Sam, sorry, thank you. So, question 3 is which country has won the most World Cups?
Oh.
Is this football or generally? Question 3, are we referring to football? Yeah, in football. It doesn't say the word football on it.
World Cup is football, isn't it?
Well, there's World Cup in...
The World Cup for egg and spoon race.
Cricket has a World Cup. Rugby has a World Cup.
No, you are quite right.
Sam is nodding at me. Thank you. For a minute, I'm thinking Corinne has just opened her mouth and spoke without thinking.
I do that all the time, though. There's not to worry about.
Pardon?
Quidditch World Cup.
Quidditch
Yeah,
World
Harry
Cup.
Potter.
Yeah.
The Quidditch. So, the Football World Cup.
Which country has won the most World Cups?
Do you know that?
I don't think it's England.
I would have no... Oh, Sam knows. He's
I have no
sporty.
idea, but I'm doubting it's England.
Okay.
I could be right. I could be wrong,
haven't
rather. I
watched
could be
it.
wrong, but I don't know the answer.
I like
Did
the
you know the
atmosphere.
answer, Amber? Did you look?
I mean,
Okay.
I didn't see the answer, but I did know.
Okay.
Right.
Is my iPad working, Amber, please?
Is my iPad.
No.
Right, let's have a little look. Should we recap some of the items? Because for those of
think
you
we
that
should.
are unable to join us
I
for those
think we
few
should.
minutes, this might be the 1st
We're
time you've
having
seen
we're
some
having
of these.
so many problems. We cannot get onto the iPad again. So if you're talking to me, thank you. Amber can see the comments.
Well, they're saying that we've gone again and stuff, but I don't think we have. I think they're looking on the old streams. Tell them to refresh.
Okay, you need to refresh your stream. If you can't see us, please refresh. I think by that she means go over the...
Yeah, the new stream that started. If you go straight there, come out of the one you're looking at the moment, and then just go back into the one that's live. So the quickest and easiest way to do that would be if you're on Facebook, click the icon of the profile picture. That'll bring you straight up with the brand new stream that we have at the moment. Or if you go to YouTube and refresh, it will bring you straight up with the live platform. It's quite easy to mistakenly go for one that looks like it's about to go live if it's already ended.
Thank you for that technical bit, because I didn't know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's okay.
There we go. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got our MDF.
Yes, the MDF
This
panels.
is Shop MDF, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
6 panels, 2 in A4, 2 in 12 by 12, and 2 in A3. They're a lovely thickness, aren't they, two
Yeah,
of them?
they're a really decent weight. And of course with MDF, it's a porous surface, but the top of it is almost feels like it's sealed. So it doesn't soak in. It's of course from the edges where it's open, which means it's great for rice paper, great for stenciling, great for heavyweight projects. So we talk about dimension, building up texture, that sort of stuff. That's what you're going to do with these, and I think it's going to look absolutely brilliant.
Excellent. Right. So if you want that, Shop MDF, $14.99. Should be $19.99, but we've got them down. Patina spray.
Oh yes, I'll grab this that I did with it.
We have a leaky... Somebody hasn't put the lid on this one, and we've already cleared it up once, and there's obviously still some residue that's not been put on.
Okie dokie.
So just excuse
We'll have a little look at that.
We'll have another look at that later. Right, so you're getting your double pack here.
You are.
You're getting your brown and your blue.
You are.
I think you've enjoyed using this because all you've done since we've announced this is just walk around the room and pick up things from around the room.
I have started to find that it's started to spawn around the building. There's a lots of these projects everywhere, and I am going to put it out there that it is one of my favourite mediums Cadence have ever created.
I think it shows by the fact that
There's
just
so
we're in
much
one
done with it.
room,
Yeah.
you found us.
Well, do you know what?
So
one
many
of the
products.
one of the reasons for it
Projects.
is it's so easy. It's a spray. You can't do it wrong. There's no wrong way of doing this. All that you need to do is make sure that you've gilded that surface first. And one of the most inexpensive things to use is our imitation gold flake that we sell here at Highlight Crafts. We've got a variation of bundles of those on the website. One we had recently, we got 300 sheets for under 20 quid.
Yeah,
and I think
perfect.
you only use probably around about 15 of the small sheets for something like this. Plus, you don't have to gild the whole thing. The process in which you want to follow to work with this medium from Cadence, which is still one of their latest releases, it was only released last year, is you want to gild the surface with metal leaf. So of course, put your adhesive on. gild it all, use whatever colour foil you want. A foil will always give a different colour. I've used copper and gold for this one. As soon as that gilding flake is on there, you then want to spritz with the brown and the blue simultaneously. So you could spritz with all of the blue one first, and you could go over with the brown afterwards, make a few drips. And then what you will do is once you finish spraying all of those on, you will then need to use your activator. Now you get 2 bottles of activator in this bundle, which is fabulous. So it goes a very long way. And then this, quite simply, is a transparent medium. What that will do is it actually starts the process. And the second you spray it, you will instantly start to see an oxidization take place. But then once it's fully dry, it takes anywhere between 2 to 6 hours for the effect to take place. And then you are left with, well, this was just plaster, white, painted it black, and then of course did my gilding. Just for any areas that I might have missed with my gilding, it showed through. And then you've got a gilded, gorgeous piece. It is all oxidized and
You would
corroded.
never think it was plaster, would you? You
No.
would never think it was plaster.
No, never. It's again, it's an imitation effect that Cadence have really excelled themselves on. I'm going to show you as well, adding some liquid waxes to this, how you can add a bit more depth to it, because I have gone back and done more. If you were not happy with it, you could spray a bit more on there and keep going with it. Just make sure you're using some gloves so you don't get it on your skin. If you do, just wash it off. It's just like paint, really. But then wear a mask if you are doing it inside, with some goggles to prevent it going in your eyes, because it is, of course, recommended or advised that it is a corrosive.
Okay. Perfect.
Just like if you're using cleaning products, really.
Yeah. The next thing I want to show you is, should we do this one because I've got it in my hand now, is the liquid wax. We've got it in green, espresso and black.
Yes.
So you're getting the 3 bottles of liquid wax, and we can show you these in a minute. So shop wax, basically, you're buying black and getting espresso and green for free, which is amazing deal. I love it when these are the sort of things that you might want to stock up on, and why not stock up on when it's buy one get 2 free, because next time it might be buy 2 get 1 free, but this time it's the other way round. So
it is
perfect time.
And these are 90ml pots. You get in a very large quantity in here. You can use it as a tanning or a stain for raw wood, so it will soak in and bring out the true graining and textures of those woods. Also, it's an antique medium, so you can use it to create aged effects. You can use it because it's a liquid form, so it's not like a paint. It really is. It's almost like it's slightly thinner than double cream, really.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant consistency, and it's really easy to work with.
Double cream's your go-to reference point.
It's either like a double cream, a single cream. It could
whipped double cream.
It could be like honey or syrup. I try to relate them to things that I see often.
I just love it. I've had a few references from you towards double cream.
Yeah, I'm going to say that one of the pastes is like a layer pack as well, so that one comes out every now and again. There's also a Philadelphia.
All right.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Too funny. Right, the next one I've got here is the crackle. And David demonstrated this earlier in the show before we had the problems. This is so clever. We've got 2 different crackles here, so if I expect that you're going to get both of these in your bundle.
Yes.
But this is a 2-step crackle, and then this is a 1-step crackle. So quickly about the 2. So for $7.99, so think of that, £4 for that and £4 for that.
I know, it's a
Which
bonkers
is
price.
Bonkers price. It should be $16.98.
Yes, it
So
should.
you are saving more than you're spending.
Absolutely, and of course this one here for you is your 1-step crackle medium. That on its own, you paste or glaze it onto any surface, and it will allow your acrylic paints to then split and form the crackle effect over the top of it. So an absolute go-to, a favourite of mine. There's no need to complicate a crackle medium.
Nope.
Some of them are like 3-4 processes, wait 24 hours, come back, shake it, stir it, look at it and put it outside. And it's just frustrating. With Cadence, they have really simplified it while still retaining that incredible effect. You then have your mosaic eggs crackle, which is that ultra-fine crackle. There's a picture, sorry, Corinne, just behind yourself.
Of course,
that one there has it over the top of a rice paper. I've then rubbed that liquid wax into it afterwards, and you can see how it's really picked out all that fine detail. Now that looks like a painting that may have then been found in an antique store or a charity shop, or
you'll find it in the loft.
Bit of an heirloom, that one. But then again, at the same time, it doesn't have to be that style. It could be on anything. I mean, I've seen people using these sorts of products for like false nails. People have done them within home furnishings, not just over the rice paper, but it's a fully transparent medium, so it's quite a unique one that Cadence created within their range.
So so this is going to give you the 2 different types of crackle glaze, so you can pick the one that works for you for the project that you're going to do.
Yeah.
Now the last of the cadency bits that we've got here is the iron effect paste as well.
Yes.
You said, and it really is, if I compare, It's definitely heavier than
You
some
feel
of
the
my
weight in
others.
it. The mediums that are actually compromised and built into this it's unbelievable the way it works. It does look like galvanized metal or iron when you are crafting with it. Mix this with those liquid waxes, you'll then get the rust, you'll get the corrosion, you'll get the almost eating into the surface effect. But that medium, it stands out from being a metallic paint to something else. It has a flawless finish to it. So whether you're going to go onto wood or I'm going to show you on these as well.
Oh, yes.
Make them look like they're cast from metal.
That'd be absolutely brilliant. So if you want that, the code is Shop Iron. Welcome if you are new. It's fantastic to have you. I keep giving these codes with the word shop at the front. That's how you purchase anything from us here at highlightcrafts.com using our social media platform. So if you're watching us on Facebook or Instagram, hello and welcome. I hope it's all streaming live now properly for you. We have been told it is. All you need to do is pop those codes into the comments down below. That will then set your basket going, which we will then send you a direct message to with a link. And once you've picked all you want, maybe it's a lamp, and then we've teased you with a few different products. Put each of those into your basket, and then click on the link in the direct message, and it'll take you off to your basket. But please make sure you've checked in or logged in to your Highlight Crafts account, because even when we're saying this is $9.99 down from $12.99, you won't pay $9.99 if you've logged into your account, because you will get your discount. You'll also get 5 points for every pound you spend, and you'll also get free shipping if you spend over £35 after discounts on shipped items. Couldn't be easier. But if you want it a different way to shop, go over to the website, and then you can just shop on there by selecting the items that you want, which will all then go into your basket. So it is super, super easy to shop with us and still keep watching us whilst you shop. You don't have to go away to a different computer and what have you. You can do it. You can have us on the TV, watching us on YouTube, and then you can shop on your phone while you're watching us. It is the perfect way to shop. Right, we didn't get down the rest of the counter, so I think we should now. I don't know, I still don't think I've got any iPad. So if there's any comments, you're going to have to either put them on the board for me or do.
Wendy's put one, but I was trying to figure out, I don't know if you might know. So could you use the iron paint on it and just gild some of it to then use the sprays? What was the last thing we looked at?
So you're using some of the gilding with the Iron Effect paint. So the Iron Effect paint can be used independently, Wendy. I hope this answers your question. But yes, you could just add some areas that are gilded. You don't have to use Rusty Patina with Iron Effect. It can be used on its own. So the products are designed to work together or independently. You could just gild some areas and then put a little bit of that Iron Effect around it. But yeah, if you've got a project in mind or an effect that you're wanting to create, let me know what that is, and I might be able to answer that a little bit better for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got an effect that you're wanting to see, let us know. We do also have all of the boxes on the show as well, which I've used a lot of those products on, so we'll go into those in a few minutes as well.
Right, we've got a couple of candles here.
Yes, citronella candles.
Citronella candles, perfect. The weather is starting to get a bit better.
I know, we're seeing some nice weather, aren't we?
We are. So shop candles, colours may vary. You're going to get two 125 gram citronella candles for £5.99, £3 each. That is the perfect price for these. Just the glass jars might change in size. Solid wax. You all know the benefits of a citronella candle. It's going to keep those bugs away. So
absolutely,
it's brilliant.
I mean, great out for the garden, summer evenings, spring evenings, what have you. Easy to decorate, paint the glassware.
That would look lovely.
You know, put your rice papers onto the exterior of the glassware if you wanted to. Do some of your glass painting from Pebeo, that sort of look and feel. But again, citronella candles, when it comes to summertime, you can be paying X amount for them. So great price.
And once they're burnt down, you'll then be able to clean out the jars and use them again.
Yeah, refill them, definitely. They'd be really, really sweet as little candles, or even you could use them for other projects. It's entirely up to you, but I would strongly advise to get them while we've got them. Yeah, but yeah, the colours may vary ever so slightly.
Perfect. We've got a squidgy.
A squidgy?
A squidgy.
A squidgy. Yes, I love this one as well. The blade is removable.
Brilliant.
So you can completely take that out, which means you're not having to clean the whole thing. You're just cleaning the actual silicone blade inside here. And we bought this in for our big silk screens as well that we do.
Yes.
Great if you're doing paste, and of course you can scrape straight over it. Stencils works really well with your Capella paste.
Yes.
You can use it for that. Lots of different processes that you can be using alongside this as well.
So shop tool $7.99 if that is what you want. We've got some alcohol pens, I think.
These are from Creative.
Yeah.
We have got a great deal on these for you. I think we have got a deal.
£24.
Oh, I don't know if the deal's come through on that one. No.
Is that the right? Right, okay. If you want those shop markers, £24.99, that makes them just £1.04 a pen.
Yes, absolutely. We'll come back to those because I'm not sure the price is right on that one.
Okay, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
We've got some paper making frames.
Yes, now these paper making frames, what they are a wooden stretched frame, okay, with this mesh taut over the surface.
Okay.
Now, we've been using these for lots of different projects, not just paper making. I've been using them to fill in with clay, use it as a barrier around the edge, so
Right,
we've filled
yeah.
with resin casts, so we've made our own tiles out of them. They are fabulous. You're getting 2 frames for $7.99
So it's
here.
buy one, get one free then,
Yeah,
basically.
Absolutely. If you are using them for paper making, absolutely, Amanda shared with you all of the process on how to do that. You blitz, of course, loads of scrap paper and card with water, so it forms like a pulp.
Yeah.
And you can use some paper pulp in there as well. You compress it through here till it dries, make it nice and flat, and then you've got your very own handmade papers.
How lovely.
It's a really wonderful process.
Yeah.
It's a great craft to get into, and it's a very cost-effective one because you're using what you have left over.
Yeah.
You're using all these, when we've
All
got
your
those
waste.
boxes.
Yes.
Like, I know that I talk to Mel often, she's got a box full of all bits of cards and stuff that she'll, as we do, always
Yeah.
save, because she does a
'cause
lot
you
of on
always
the
will
scan and
need
cut.
it, yeah.
There's always these really irregular shapes that get left over, which is sometimes the negative areas of the card. So we used a lot of it for that when we did it. So there's lots of ways you're going to be using up all of those scraps that you think will come in handy, but you've had them for 5+ years and think,
Perfect.
actually, I need to use those.
Okay, now this one gets me, I'm really excited to be able to share this one with you because the price on these are fantastic. So it's shop molds.
Oh, screen's gone, sorry, Amber.
Yeah, we've lost the screen again.
We've had a really technical show.
I know. Shop bundle for this. You're going to get 18 different moldings for £17.99.
It should be over £100 for
Yeah,
these.
it should be. I think it was £111 for these. So that is perfect. And then you can add them to your projects. Now, when I saw this that you made in a 1-hour show, that's when I was like, this is what I need in my life. I just need these. These are perfect.
I mean, you can see there how I've used them. I've literally put them on and cut the edges off. I just used a craft knife to do that. They're flexible too, so they will go around cylindrical items,
Excellent.
not just flat surfaces, so they do move.
What sort of adhesive would you use?
So with these, I used hot glue, which works
right,
really well. So
yeah.
hot glue is perfectly fine. I would also use something like either the Pinflair All Stick or maybe just their Pinflair glue gel.
All right,
That would
yeah.
work really well. I wouldn't suggest using like a book binding. It will hold in place, but it might pop off because, of course, this isn't porous
Right.
or very porous at all, really. So it's a silicone, so it's going to, of course, not take on
Yeah.
moisture. The beauty of these, though, is that we shared them with you as not as consumables. So if you were to push this into the air dry clay and then fill that sort of casting with resin, you could then duplicate and keep making these.
Wow.
So if you were to take any of these, for example, roll out some clay, push that down to make an impression, pull it out, almost like when they make the dinosaur prints, and then then fill it with resin cast or whatever medium it is you're using,
You can make
preferably
as many as
cast.
you want.
Yeah, and then it means that you're not going, oh, actually, I've only got 2 for that project.
Yeah.
I've actually got an unlimited
What
amount.
a cost-effective way to get an unlimited amount of mouldings. I'm
Yeah.
loving that. So shop bundle is your code for that. £17.99 there. I think we moved those. We'll come back to those you put on your desk in a minute.
Oh, yes.
We've got some rice paper. We had to put rice paper on because it's a Makeover Monday and you're going to be loving these. So we've got it in both A4 and A3. So A4, 20 sheets, £12.99. You want to be getting that if you want to. If you bought any of those downloads, then really please consider getting that.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to get in there your A4. And again, with this rice paper, it's a premium surface. We've not got in there something that we typically see within some rice papers, which is the slump, which is the pith of the cotton plant really sort of bulked out in areas spread throughout the paper. This is incredibly smooth. It means you don't have those little speed bumps in there.
So it's printable on both sides as well.
Both sides.
The last time I had rice paper, you only printed on one side.
Yeah,
This is
it almost transcends into like a sumi paper when you have that one side feels a bit glossy. With this one, you can use it in an inkjet and a laser as well.
Then we have it in A3 as well. So you're getting 10 sheets in A3. So if you've got a printer that will take A3, then please get this. If your printer only takes A4, sometimes we have this on a deal and I say, this is better to get this and then cut it down to A4. At the moment, get this. If you're going to be using it as A3, get the A3, which is shop paper. If you're wanting to use it as A4, then get the A4 one because it's a different price. Shop rice on that one.
Absolutely. Now, we mentioned these are on the show. This is fabulous. A great bundle.
It's a lovely big box full, isn't it? So we've got 12 canvases in there.
Oh, They've
Oh,
gone.
they've gone.
They've sold out.
They've sold out.
Oh,
Okay. We
okay,
won't
I'll
show
put
you
those away.
then.
I'll put those.
Shall I take
I'll
them?
pass them to you.
Thank you.
There we go.
Ooh,
Now we
they're
do
heavier
have
than I was expecting.
a set of canvas panel boards on the show as well. These are a hardboard inside here. You are going to receive 6 of these, and they're A4 in size. A brilliant price for 6 hard.
£10.99.
Yeah.
So what's that? That's it's just under £2 a panel.
Yeah.
About £1.75 a panel.
All
£1.70.
pre-gessoed for you, straight on with your rice papers, straight on with your paints, your stencils, your patina sprays, all of your mouldings. You could make a wonderful canvas onto here, make it look like a very decorative piece finish. But that there is going to get you 6 of those boards in
Shop
total.
Panels is your code for that one. And then we've already mentioned the vellum. It's the 280 GSM vellum, 6 sheets for there. If you want that, it prints beautifully. Shop Vellum is your code just there. Right, we've come to the end of the counter again.
We have, right, I'll go get ready.
We've got about 20 to 25 minutes left. Oh, shall I do the boxes while you get ready?
Oh, right, okay, lovely.
So we have our DIY Dr. Tape. You're going to get 10 bundles. Oh, it's not on. Okay. Right, fair enough, it was just left on there. Right, you've got your first box, which is your square boxes. This is, I'm going to shop Cube, £9.99, and you're going to get 4 of these. They are 115 millimetres on each direction there, and then 90 millimetres deep. Now, the measurements I'm going to be giving you for all of these boxes are your base measurements. Obviously, your top, your lid is just fractionally bigger because so that it fits. So that is 115 by 115, and then it's 90 deep as well. So if you want that, just to say, a mug fits in there perfectly. So if you have been sublimating any mugs, then you're going to be able to put those into those, and you're going to be able to decorate them. Shop Cube is that one. Then we're going on to the black ones. So these are with a foam pad inside. So these are going to be brilliant if you make jewellery, or you've got some jewellery or a gift that you want to send to someone. We were using some black ones with the foam in at the Academy because everyone was making wind chimes, dream catcher type things. And so once you put them in there, you know it's not going to roll around. This is Shop Present, and it is £17.96. So it's 95 by 95 by 45 millimetres, and this is in the black. If you want these, they are such good quality. I think they have to be seen to be believed. They're all beveled at the edges there. As David said, he put lots of mediums on that one that I've lost now, and I don't know what I've done with it. Have you got it? Thank you. They didn't buckle. This was a black one. It's a bigger one, obviously. It hasn't buckled. It hasn't warped or anything. If you want that, so Shop Present for that one. Now this is the one that he's decorated up here. So this is it's a bit bigger than A5. So it is. Amber's just fine. Let me see. Has it got foam in? No, it's not foam. No foam in this one. So there we go. So Shop Black is what you need for this. So you've got 4 of these for £17.96. So they're under £5 each, and you have got 230 millimetres that way, 165, and then they're 50 mil deep. I think that's a brilliant one, especially when you see the sorts of projects you can be making with that. Oh, well, I've just knocked that off. And I even liked it on here. I saw David doing that. I just thought that looked magnificent. Loving that. Have I got any more boxes? Yes, I've got 3 more. Now this one is just bigger than A4. So this is your largest white one that we're doing. £23.96 for this, and it's 310 by 215 by 50 mil deep. So yeah, if you want that one, you're going to get 4 of those in the white. What I love on these is they are true on the inside. The quality on the inside is as good as the quality on the outside. So that is absolutely perfect. So that's that one. Then we've got 2 more. Now this one's a really interesting one. So it is a little bit wider. It is, there we are, right, 307 mil in height, 254 in width, and it is 17 mil in depth. Again, these are going to be brilliant if you're making cards, if you are displaying jewellery or gifts. Even wax melts would fit brilliant in there, and that is Shop White. Always you're getting 4 in the pack, £19.96. And the final one I've got to show you before we jump over to David is this smaller black one. I think this one is brilliant. It's got a foam mat in again. Shop foam is your code for that. 1796, and you're going. It's 165 by 116 with a depth of 17 mil. And again, like I say, it's got the foam on the inside. This is perfect for jewellery. I just think that one screams out. But like we say, you could be putting wind chimes or anything. You could be putting glass trinkets in. Maybe you make glass items. They're going to sit perfectly because they're not going to move on the foam. So I love that. Right, breathe. David, what are you going to show us?
Right, okie dokie. So I'm going to quickly head over to the computer to share with you in that Sculpted Serenade download that we have. Also as well, just a little look for those of you who didn't maybe get to see it, that is the lamp, okay, that we just made with that vellum. So the lamp that we have on the show that we have price dropped for you, this is the lamp in action, and it looks absolutely sensational. I'm really, really happy with that. Also, those mats and layers didn't have to be black, but I do think it made it look rather dramatic as well. So you can see there how effective that is when the light is on inside it. Right, okay. So I'm going to share with you on the, and also it's $19.99 for that lamp. It's a plug-in lamp as well. Absolutely brilliant. Shop lamp if you want to go for that one. They have been really busy for those, especially since the price drops. If you are thinking about it, definitely want to go for that and get it in your basket and get it checked out, okay? Now, I'm going to share with you on the screen the download that I'm actually talking about, and it is the Sculpted Serenade. Now, I'm going to really quickly just show you a technique on here, then we'll come straight to the table and I'll show you how we're going to work with this. Now, with a piece of artwork like this, if you wanted to have it onto a canvas and create a really gentle blended in finish from the edge with paint, you absolutely can do that, but it does take a little while for that to actually take place, and it takes a little bit of practice to get a really nice haloed blend around it. All I'm going to do is go straight into our faded section here, which is going to give us a softer edge for rectangle and a softer edge to go around like that. And when I thought about this, I instantly thought, oh my goodness, this is going to save so much time. Because what I've then done is printed that out here, just like that. It's printed, but the image almost disappears into the edge of the rice paper. And then when placed over a canvas, it looks like you've spent ages blending in with paint.
That's clever.
Honestly,
what a clever
I
technique.
used to sit there forever, and sometimes we'll still do it if the project calls for it, but because it might be another colour you wanted to fade in, it might not be white, but in this case it is white, so it worked well just to fade that edge. You'd be sat there for ages, going round with a bit of gesso, and then sometimes you think, oh, it's really intense there, and I've got to work in a bit further because that blend's now really solid. I've not got that nice dusting effect. Whereas this, it's done it instantly for us, which again was a game changer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adhere this onto this canvas so you can see it. Let's have a little look.
Somebody obviously heard you. Those creative marker pens, we've dropped them down to £15.
Wow.
Told you.
Oh my goodness me. £15 for the alcohol markers. So for 24 markers for $14.99. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, make sure you pick those up today. They've got a lovely range of colour, totally blendable. They're alcohol pens, so yes, really, really good deal on those.
Oh, I need to show you those. That's fabulous. Right, okie dokie. So I'm going to go straight over here with our adhesive. In fact, actually, if you're right to open, have we got one of those open? I think we might do.
Not here.
The alcohol pens. Yeah, we'll have to have a little look for. That's a crazy price. Under 15 quid for 24 alcohol markers. Now, I would be getting those in your stash for all of that colour. I mean, think of the value for money that you're getting there. And of course, Mel shares with you a lot of tips and techniques with alcohol pens. I know that she's really passionate about the effects that can be achieved with those. There we go. It's going to take some more adhesive onto here. There we go. And I'm just using our decoupage medium, our matte glue, just to give a base of adhesive there. Now I'm going to bring this in over the top of the canvas, like this. I'm using one of those canvas boards from Creative that we have on the show. There we go. And then I'm going to take the brush with whatever's left inside there, the adhesive, and smooth it down, okay? Just to seal all of those edges, like this. Wonderful.
There you go.
Look at that.
It really does look like you put hours and hours work, and you haven't got to wait for it all to dry.
No, exactly that. So it will dry very quickly as that, but it's not taking forever to fade those edges in. Then, of course, we can decoupage and decorate. I'm going to show you, though, quickly, whilst that dries, how to create a painted effect with that iron medium on its own.
Yes, please.
Then we can also dip in with some of those liquid waxes. So I'm just going to put my brush to one side. I'm just going to, all right, pass me a wipe under there. Sorry, Corinne. Thank you. Cheers, my dears, and a bit of glue roll as well.
Of course I can.
Thank you very much. Cheers. There we go. So I'm just going to clean the decks. Wonderful. And then what we're going to do is paint this with that iron effect. Thank you for that. That's great. So I'm just going to put this underneath the moulding. Now, this was already painted during a show, so I'm going to show you how you can transform it to something else. Okay.
So what have you painted it with so far?
I believe Mel painted this one with the matte metallics.
Oh, yes, she did.
So she's already added some paint to this one. But I'm going to grab a piece of cut and use sponge. I'm going to find a piece that's the right size, or should I say a size that's going to be suitable for this. A little piece like that will be absolutely ample. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this medium and show you how it actually reacts. Now it's slightly thicker than a paint, so you can see it's got almost like a sculpted finish to it there. It stays peaked and risen. Give it a quick stir, just to make sure that mica's fully mixed into here. And then look at this. I'm going to take some here out onto the glass mat. Can you hear that? Can you hear that texture? That is those finely ground flakes inside there, those little filings, creating that dazzling effect. Now, I'm going to take that cut and use sponge, and pouncing with this rather than brush stroking with it will give you a much better result, and it will also imitate that galvanized metal feel. And it has a little sparkle to it, so you'll see a little twinkle coming through, which looks gorgeous. So start going with that sponge, working your way around. Now, one thing to make it so that you can get into all the nooks and crannies, if you go in first with a brush, okay, just to get the medium there and in place, you absolutely can do, and that will get it into all of those nooks and crannies of this moulding, but then finish it off with a sponge so you still have that texture. Here we go. So I'm just using a basic flat brush for this, nothing special. Into all of the nooks and crannies, going into all that detail down there. And it is a one coat process as well. Should you need to add a second coat, you absolutely can do, but you don't often need to do so because it usually is a finishing medium. There we are.
Could that go straight onto the mouldings? Does it need to be painted first?
Can go straight onto the moulding, doesn't have to be painted. On lighter surfaces, you may just find some translucency in some areas where you may want to build it up a little bit. But other than that, no, should be just good to go straight on there. Now that that's all on with the brush, we're then going to take the sponge and go over all of that, and the sponge will find the surface and it creates that texture, and it looks wonderful. It's sparkly, but it looks like metal. Well, iron, okay.
It does. It really has transformed that, hasn't it?
So what we're going to do now is take our hairdryer just to dry this off. It dries pretty quickly as well, to be honest.
Well, you haven't put it on thick, have you?
No, not really. It's quite a thin layer. It's already drying. It's that fast. So make sure that's all covered over here. And I always tend to and prefer to use a hairdryer now when I'm drying my products rather than a heat gun. I find heat guns can be too intense. They can sort of scorch things a little bit. Gets it far too hot, bubbles up and sometimes peels off. So with a hairdryer, you're just gently speeding that up. Now that there, oops, drop it on the table, why don't I?
Shows how robust they are.
I know, right? And you can see now you've got that sparkle to it, but it gives it like a matte depth. It's really interesting. But you have got the little sparkle, but that sponge just adds that texture to it. It really makes a difference.
Yeah, and you can find the cut and use foam on our website as well if you need to get some. Have you still got some?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got a little bit here. There we go.
Do you need some more wipes?
I should be okay. I'll get that up. Oh, lovely. Oh, it was Sculpted Serenade, that one. Yeah, it was Sculpted Serenade was the download I used.
Remember, they're $9.99 each, but if you get 3, you are only going to be paying for 2. Right, so is that dried now then?
Yeah, that's pretty much dried. Slightly damp in that area, but it's not going to affect us at all. I'm not going to put these mouldings necessarily on this project. I was going to, but I think what we're going to give away is this.
All right, yeah.
We'll give away this lovely big box because I think there's a really good foundation here for you to then actually add some more elements to it. So if you are typing the word win into the comments, this is what we're going to be giving away.
Excellent.
And also as well, you can still decorate the inside and other areas of it. But I've left you with a wonderful box here with a glorious image on, so please make sure to get that word in.
And also, we're going to give away some points for our quiz as well. And our quiz questions are, and you need a different answer in each comment.
Yes.
Is, which country has the most islands? I now know the answer. I'm very surprised. And what is the main ingredient of hummus? I did know the answer to that one. And which country has won the most World Cups? I didn't know, but actually now I've seen the answer, it's quite obvious.
Oh, okay. Right, there we are.
Sam's nodding like I should know. Yes, he's going, of course it's obvious. Okay, yes. Yeah, it is obvious once you know it.
I think I do now.
Yeah. There we are. So a different answer. Please don't. It's one word per comment, and
Have
then
you
we'll.
been there before?
Have I? Heck?
Oh, okay. I've got it wrong.
It's not Wales.
Well, I didn't think it.
We went to Anglesey last year or the year before. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. Right.
Okay.
I'll let you get that bit finished.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, because we faded the edges, we of course included that opacity change in the florals, which is surrounding the edge. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take the florals, and I've printed them on cardstock, but in their bold colour. So I've not faded these down, and some of them I have snipped them down into layers to make some decoupage with as well, so we can really build those up. So I'm just going to take a bit of hot glue for this one and just put that down here. There we go.
Could I use 3D glue gel?
Yeah, of course you can. You can use whatever you want to. I know you like to work with your 3D glue gel.
Yeah.
I know Mel does. I don't use it that often, to be honest, but I have used it before, and it's brilliant stuff. It's just, this is my go-to. It always is.
Do you know what? We all have, and this is why it's so great to see it here on the channel. We all craft, but we all craft differently.
Yeah, we do.
And that means that you, as the viewers, are going to see lots of different ideas. And yeah, perhaps you prefer the glue gun like David. Perhaps you prefer the 3D glue like myself and Mel. But hopefully, we'll show you that there isn't a rule. There are for some bits, but for most bits, there are no rules.
It's kind of just do what you want, really, as long as you're doing something that's going to actually complement your project. See that there, I did actually cut into 2 pieces so that this side here I could then curl that way.
Ah, yeah.
And it would sort of pop up a little bit. And I used 140 so I didn't have like a harsh white edge
Yes.
to it.
Yeah, and also 140 shapes so much better, doesn't it? If you
really
tried to
easy.
shape 300, it would crease before it curled.
Well, I do think it's sold out now, but I was going to do this in the glossy papers because I thought that would look like sort of like enamelled florals over the top. So then I'm going to put this one tucked underneath that bit of decoupage, and then just on the edges, as it's curled up, I'm going to roll them back over.
Yeah.
There we are, just like this. And that would be then wonderful to go over just with a little brush of metallic or a little bit of a gilding flake, just to add that sort of foiled finessed finish to your petals. There we are, let's go in with a little bit of adhesive around that inner edge. And now tuck that in underneath there. There we go.
So
Wonderful.
Shop Sculpted is the code for the rice paper download if you are looking at. That looks amazing.
It's nice, that, isn't it? It looks
I love
really
that, the way you've gone in the different directions as well with the rice paper.
It just added that little bit of depth to it, really. But also, for pieces of wall art with texture, this is a really inexpensive way of doing it. It's that way. There we go. To be honest, you wouldn't even really notice if I had done one the wrong way around,
No, you
because
wouldn't.
they're so organic in their placement. It really does work well. So you can see there how we've got those petals towards the top facing in and out, but also it brings the project into a 3D realm, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Imagine that now in a frame.
Yeah.
And that there, we've used one of 6 canvas boards, which are on the show at a great price. We've used 1 sheet of rice paper, and we've used a sheet of 140 GSM and printed the flowers. That's how cost effective these projects can be, but effective at the same time. So being able to create effects like this for a great price, or like this for a great price on today's Makeover Monday, is sensational. I absolutely love it.
The Sculpted is all about the porcelain effects of the skin on those edges. But wouldn't it look fantastic, vintaged up with the crackle?
Oh, absolutely. You can go over here with crackle 100% all the way down those edges. But also with this, because it's called Sculpted Serenade, I felt like it was just crying out to be sculpted.
Yeah.
So having that sculpted shape within those florals there really did change things. Now, with that iron effect paint that we just did on here, that's now nice and dry. I wanted to show you, of course, the liquid wax of how these work.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'm going to grab our horse and the iron effect product that we've done here. Now,
Is a project ever finished, David?
no. I treat my craft projects like I do my garden. There's always room for something else.
Changes.
Yeah, always room for change. You know, you can move this from here. That will do this differently. This year I'm going to change that. So many projects I go back to and add to.
Yeah.
Even Stephanie wanted to add to, so she sprayed it green.
Yep.
She had a little play. She had a play with some paints. So you can absolutely add whatever you want to something. And I guess something's only ever finished when you're content with knowing that you don't want to add anything else, really.
And it's only necessarily finished for today?
For today.
For today. Because
Or until
tomorrow you
later
might be
on.
in a different mood, might you?
Yeah, exactly. You might want to do something different on it. Honestly, it's one of those
And
where you
make
can
him
just have
hot
fun.
pink.
Why not? He'd look quite a cool pink, wouldn't he?
He would, wouldn't he?
I think if there's been nothing wrong with him being bright pink, I think it would look fabulous. Right, okay, so I'm going to go in now with that liquid wax into those nooks and crannies, okay? and then I'm going to use just a little bit of tissue to wipe it back. And what you're doing now is creating an aged effect, like a patina in the middle of the iron. You
so
see
which one
there?
is that one? Sorry.
This is the espresso.
Espresso.
Yes, and with this one, it's going to give you that natural aging. So I'm using just a flat brush, or so I say a round brush, just to go into the detail. And then before it dries, just take a little bit of tissue. The tissue is not damp. It's only becoming damp with, of course, the moisture of the product it picks up. And then just keep to work into that detail there. Really, really easy. And again, something like this, achievable for anybody to do, whether you have or haven't ever worked with Cadence. And I love that because when I visit Cadence and spend some time with them, there's a lot of other, there's a lot of other me's there, if you like. Lots of other crafters from all over the world. Some of them work in shops, distribute the products. Some of them do classes, but a lot of them also, well, we're always there to learn about what we don't know. So everyone has their own take on things, and some people are a bit more apprehensive about the more effect side of things and perform better with the detail painting, but everyone does the same thing. So everyone comes away feeling, oh my goodness, I've achieved so much. So when you pick up a product from Cadence like this, have fun with it and just feel a little bit more sort of expressive. Yeah, adventurous, expressive.
We've only got a couple of minutes left. So
Have we?
should we
Oh, my
draw the
word.
winner for the giveaway to win that beautiful box? Can Amber do that one? Is that all right, Amber? Right, so the winner, does that come on the screen or not?
Here we go.
Right, on the screen, we'll see, oh, look at that. All the names of everybody that entered the word win on the screen, and the winner is Mandy Robson. Mandy,
Mandy, congratulations
you
to
have
you.
won the box. We'll get it sent over to you. And then very, very, very shortly, we'll draw the winner of the quiz as well for some points.
Absolutely.
So
Now,
somebody that got all three, which is which country has the most islands, what is the main ingredient in hummus, and which country has won the most football World Cups?
Now what I'm doing here is I'm really bringing out the depth of this project, okay? We've got these sort of like cracks and craters in the surface of this resin, and I'm going in with the brush and look at how it's picking out all of that detail.
Yes.
But it's so easy to apply without thinking, oh, I need to be too careful with it. Like down here in his eye, it's quite flat, that area, so we need some more depth. So going in there with this, we'll just bring it out, and it really starts to build up. Now you can add a few layers of this because it's such a translucent medium to begin with. You can really build up a lot of texture under there. We need a little bit more shading. And look at how I'm just going in with a fine brush, but I'm not being super detailed either. I'm not being really cautious and being super careful. I'm sort of just going in, going round. Any extra, just take a little bit off on this surface.
David, while you're doing that, questions come in from Pam saying, you mentioned you printed the petals off on 140.
Yeah.
What setting did you use, as my prints are faded?
Oh, right, okay. So on the 140 GSM, I just used my standard inkjet printer. I used the Brother A3 printer for that, but I did not change the settings at all.
No.
The only thing I did was actually manipulate the first page, which is where I faded down those edges. For printing it was just a standard print setting that I use, well, for everything really.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just standard paper, not changed it at all.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, right, we've got seconds left. So the answers to the quiz were, which country has the most islands? It's Sweden. I did not know that, but makes sense. The main ingredient in hummus is chickpeas, and the country which has won the most football World Cups is Brazil. See, Brazil made sense.
Brazil, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
of
knew
course it
chickpeas.
is.
Didn't know Sweden. And the winner is Eileen Ross. You will get 250 points added to your account in the next few days. So congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us. We've had a fantastic 2 hours. I'm sorry about the gremlins getting out halfway through or a bit earlier. We've got another hour coming up with Mel. And is it...
oh, yes, I think I'm joining her for that one.
Is it something to do with iron-on transfers? There you go. New iron-on transfers. So please go and join Mel in 5 minutes in the other studio. See you soon. Bye.